friends, welcome back to my channel. I have filmed this intro 10 times at this point and I'm losing it. I did sort of a chit chat, get ready with me type of video, even though I'm really just getting ready to go to the other room, not to go anywhere. It's day 70 something of quarantine, 75, 77, I'm not really sure. But in this video I kind of go into why I haven't posted in a couple weeks and just kind of like where my head is at. I am a super perfectionist. I want everything to be perfect. I want everything to seem perfect and to look perfect, and I want to say the right things and, you know, look the part and be hilarious and whatever. And it's just not real life. But also I continue to do it, hence the refilming this intro 250,000 times. But I just hope that my genuine purpose and like my real heart message really shows through when I speak. But I also want you to keep in mind, not even for me, but just for people around you, that everyone is being pressed right now. And there's a saying that's like age old. It's so old. I've heard it my entire life. Hard times reveal true friends, or when push comes to shove, you really know who's on your side. You find out who your friends are, and I just don't buy it. I think that hard times really press people, and they really make people ugly because they're stressed. They're afraid, they are foggy like me, like I feel crazy, I feel like I'm losing my mind, like truly. Everyone is hurting right now and everyone feels a level of sadness. I know the past couple of weeks I have been irrationally down and it's not an excuse to be ugly. I know that. I don't want to make excuses for people, but also remember to give grace, because hard times don't reveal true friends. Hard times make people scared and stressed, and everyone reacts differently. But I do want to say, sometimes hard times will amplify someone's personality, and they will just, I don't know, there's two sides. My soapbox is like this deep at this point, so I'm sorry that I'm like ranting, but I just have a lot to say about that, and I feel like we could heal a lot of the sadness and heal a lot of the hurt, even though we can't physically see each other and can't physically like just go fix the problem and hang out with someone and it be okay, because we're in a weird upside down sort of place right now. But yeah, that is all that I have to say. Is that good?
It is good. Go American, roll tide.
Roll tide. Okay, anyways, if you want to know how I got this look, this like classic Americana, looks good on every single skin tone, every age, just a super retro, gorgeous look, then just keep on watching. Okay, so first, I'm going to go in with my Louise Base. I am super far away from my mirror today. I have a new, like, setup, I guess. Do you like this? Is this cute? I am obsessed with it, honestly. Okay, so I'm going to put this eye base all over my lid. This will create a super blank canvas for whatever I put on there, obviously. And I have super dark creases over here, so I'm just bringing this down. This will blend into my foundation later, so I'm not worried about it being sloppy. I just want to make sure that all of my purpley, blue, whatever veins in my eyelid are totally covered. Okay, I'm going in with the NYX HD Studio Photo Finish whatever powder. It's just a translucent powder from NYX. I love this one because it feels like silky. Like it just feels good. I don't know if you know what I'm saying, but I am just using a big fluffy brush and setting that eye base in place. Okay, so now that that is set in place and I am getting this eye base all over my clothes, I'm gonna wipe it off somewhere. Okay, so I'm not gonna put any shadow on. I'm just gonna go in with a liner, but I have a trick for that. So I'm gonna use my handy dandy Scotch tape. So what I like to do is get like a little piece of Scotch tape and put it on the back of my hand, and then just tear it off so it's not as sticky and it won't pull at the edges of your eye. I hope that I can stay in frame while I'm doing this, but basically I'm putting this piece of Scotch tape right on the corner of my eye, trying not to get my lower lashes in there. The goal is to get the corner of the tape to match up with the end of your brow, like the tail of your brow, so you'll get a super crisp line. Okay, now I'm going in with the Maybelline Hyper Precise All Day Liquid Liner. It's a felt tip liner. I love felt tip liners. They're my absolute favorite to work with. So I'm going to start in the middle of my eye. Like I'll look straight into the mirror. I have a mirror right here. I'm going to look straight into the mirror, start in the middle of my eye, and work my way out just to get the first line down. And then I'll do the same thing from the center of my eye to the inner corner, and then I will connect the tape down in an angle toward the middle of my eye, and then just fill in the empty spaces. See how it's super wonky from the outer corner to the inner corner? I'm just gonna make this line straight and have it all connect and look seamless. The best part is this. So I'm gonna keep my pointer finger here and make sure that this skin doesn't get tugged too harshly. I'm just gonna pull the tape away.
Oh, that's cool.
Super crisp line. Okay, so sometimes you'll end up looking crisp on one side and then like this on the other, which is totally fine. I'm just gonna try to get them to match and see how this goes, I guess. I'm just gonna take some micellar water on a cotton pad and just clean it up a little bit. And I'm just kind of folding it in half so there's a flat edge. And then I'm just gonna clean up this line. Okay, cool. So now that that's done, I'm just going to start on my foundation and just my skin routine. Nothing crazy, so I'm just going to talk to you while I do this. And if I forget to mention anything, I'll put it at the bottom of the screen. First, I'm going to go in with my NYX Honey Do Me Up primer. It's kind of got like a jelly consistency, and I don't really know if I'm a fan or not. It kind of feels like a moisturizer, honestly. Just kind of like a thick, sort of like jelly type of moisturizer. Okay, I'm also going to go in with my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I know a lot of people kind of hate this, or so I've seen, I guess. I got it from Ulta in my haul video that I posted, and I've been trying it out quite a bit, and I really don't mind it. I feel like it kind of gives a barrier on the skin, which is the entire point of primer. But I just put it on the spots where I have like kind of raised skin. Like I have these two little friends on my face right now, and I like to put it on my forehead. I don't really put it all over my face, just where I feel like I'm gonna need extra coverage. And I don't feel like it breaks up my foundation or anything like that. I don't think it does anything in terms of longevity, but I do like the way that my foundation lays over top of it. So now I'm just going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Swan, and I'm just going to throw everything everywhere. I love the color of this foundation. I feel like it is so beautiful. The majority of people who watch this have been watching from the beginning, so I'm just going to fill you in on what's been going on in my life. And if you don't have any idea who I am, then that's totally fine too. But so at the beginning of quarantine, I had been working full time, and I've always worked. From the time I was 16, I worked and was in school, or even last summer I worked 2 jobs, and I just felt like if I was quarantined and I was doing nothing, then I was essentially worthless. Like I wasn't contributing anything to life or to the family, or I don't know. It's kind of a twisted way of thinking, but I also feel like it's a little bit healthy. So I started YouTube just because I was like, I've always wanted to, and I felt like I just needed to do something to feel productive, and it's fun. So it was kind of like a win-win-win situation. So I would wake up and film and hang out and whatever, and the next day I would wake up and edit, and the next day I would wake up and finish editing and post it. And so every single day I was doing some portion of this, and I love it. I still do. But over the course of 75 days at this point, I have felt kind of like I'm losing it. Like I'm losing my mind, which I feel like a lot of people can probably relate to. And I think that the only sort of solace that I have in this is that everyone is going through it at the same time, so I'm not entirely alone. But it does start to feel super lonely when even like people who you call your best friends are being super hurtful to you. And I don't want to really talk about that, but the amount of ugliness that I have seen, I don't know, it's made me afraid to sit behind a camera and act like everything is okay, because I really obviously can't do that. I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape now underneath my eyes, and other places that I kind of want to brighten up, like the middle of my forehead, down my nose, my chin. But anyways, I haven't been posting because I felt like, I felt like I couldn't sit here and fake it, but I also didn't want to sit here and cry, which is what I've been feeling like doing the past 2 weeks. So yeah. Okay, so also the past couple of weeks not posting, not really working on videos or anything like that, I have been trying to think about what my motives are in posting, and I think people view beauty channels as like, oh, she just wants to be famous, or she just wants to be an influencer, or she's so vain, I can't believe she posts her face all over the internet. And I just want to be very clear that that's not my motive, and I really just think this is fun. And I really want this space, just this like YouTube channel and my Instagram and things like that, I want it to be a joyful place to have fun and to be creative, and for me to be informative and share what I know. I have a lot of people who just ask me random questions, whether it be about makeup or skincare or anything really, and I just want to come on here and talk about it. I literally feel kind of like sweaty even talking about all this stuff. Like I feel like, ugh. Anyways, I guess my entire point really is that I want to come on here and not have to have everything be perfect, and I'm just gonna try to be myself and to not care because I feel like that element is really important, especially when you're gonna, I mean, I'm choosing to put myself out there, so I also have to be willing to accept criticism and understand that not everyone's gonna like me. Like I totally understand that, and hopefully my ranting is making sense to you. Okay, so I'm gonna set underneath my eyes with this NYX HD powder, the same exact thing we set our lids with at the beginning. Do you see that? It's like witchcraft, like. Okay, and I'm going in with my favorite under eye setting brush. This is the JH07. So I'm just putting that under my eyes and on my nose. I'm also going to put a little bit in the center of my forehead because I don't want that to become shiny at all. and then on my chin as well. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my Jaclyn Mood Light Powder in the shade Do Me and set the rest of my face just with the same brush. I'm just dipping right into here. So I'm just going to swirl it on the lower half of my face here and also on my temples. Okay, I'm starting to feel like my eyes are a little naked. So I'm just going to go in with my Frenemy bronzer. I feel like you can't even really tell that it's there, but it just kind of warms up the eye. But I'm kind of blending that up and even into my nose ditch up in here, you know? That's definitely the technical term for whatever this is called. I finished my brows and I just curled my lashes, and I'm going in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara, and I am just gonna get it on my cheeks like usual. I'm also gonna put this black kohl liner. This one's from NYX, but anyone will work. I'm gonna run that along my waterline here. Okay, so adding more blush to the equation. Hopefully I don't look as dead as I think I do in this viewfinder here. But I'm also going to go in with my favorite palette of all time. This is the Jaclyn Flash palette. I'm going to go in with the shade in the corner here called Iced. And I'm going to dust that along the tops of my cheekbones, my brow bone, at the front of my brow, all of the high points of the face. And I'm also going to go in with her tiny little highlighters. This one's in the shade Extra. These are so pigmented. It is actually ridiculous. And this will be my inner corner highlight. And I'm also just going to put it at the highest point of the cheek, which is right here for me. You can look like the freaking Tin Man real quick with this stuff, honestly. Okay, so I'm going to spray my whole face with the Morphe setting spray. This really locks in all of the powders that we just put on our face. Okay, so now for the very best part of the whole entire video, in my personal opinion, the lips. I have raved about these Maybelline SuperStay Matte Ink lipsticks for ever. Right, babe? For years and years and years. Yeah. I love these. They stay forever. They're not too drying. They are drying. So like before I even started filming, I put on a lip balm so that it would kind of soak into my lips and it wouldn't be super drying when I put this on. But you also could put a gloss over it and it'll be whatever, not as drying that way. Okay, so I'm just going to line my lips, slightly overlining them a little bit because you know I can't go a day without overlining my lips. So I always suggest going in with the lip liner, not just for red shades, but especially for red because it is not very forgiving. So it's a lot easier to kind of color inside the lines when you have a lip liner as opposed to just going straight in with this bright red lipstick. Okay guys, so that is pretty much it for this makeup tutorial. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully you can kind of like sense my USA, Americana, just very classic vibe I have going here. But I'm glad that you chose to hang out with me for a little bit today. Talk to me in the comments below. I always respond to them. I always see them. Usually because there's not very many, but that's besides the point. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and follow me on Instagram. I'm super active on there. I know that I haven't been very active on YouTube the past couple of weeks, but hopefully you can forgive me for that and kind of understand that the world is crazy right now, and so is my brain. But yeah, that is it. That is all I have to say. I hope. I'll probably end this video and then think of like a million other things that I could have said to you. But for now, this is good. I hope that you're feeling well and that you're staying safe and that you have a rally of people around you supporting you, because a lot of people are not as fortunate. So keep that in mind when you are speaking to people and when you are choosing between being ugly and being Jesus. So that is all. I will see you soon. And yeah, I'll see you soon. I get scared. I get really scared. Okay. Why is my most used emoji the one that's like, you know, the sick one that's like,
Yeah. Just real life.
Absolutely ridiculous. Are we gonna lose the light? We might, honestly, if I keep stalling.
Yep.